Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, let's go, let's go. Okay, let's do a quick run through of all the potential stocks that came out yesterday. Simao, Lagenda, Kanaga. Let's have a quick look. Simao looks very terrible. Look at these candles. Not much actual movement. Just very slow increase. So let's check out Lagenda. Let's check out a daily. Not bad. Breaking through its resistance. A lot of heavy resistance behind, probably from another stock split. 1 to 25 stock split. Big volume though, so possible to put this on our watch list. I'm predicting that today is going to be relatively slow again, considering this week has been quite slow so far. Almost no volume in the market. No momentum. Kenanga. Yeah, they all look the same. It's like nothing moving in any direction. I think the only one with like proper momentum yesterday is probably Euro towards the end of the day. That's pretty much it. I think K Power could have had the opportunity to have a late afternoon burst as well. It might move up again today, continuation, but it's been very, very bullish for the past like 2-3 months already. Gonna have to watch it break 229, 235, two key levels right there. Looks like the gloves are gonna gap down slightly. Pharma had some good news yesterday. Pharma, I think they secured a few million doses of vaccine. But let's check the price right now. Pharma doesn't look like there's much demand on it. Yeah, you can see the orders are very slow. So game plan for the morning. Just gotta watch the screener for who's moving. Right, who has the most volume today morning? Who's gapping up? Who's gapping down? Euro is going up higher. Euro keeps going higher non-stop. K Power gapped up, pushing above yesterday's high 227. Well, it hasn't pushed over yet. Okay, there we go. It pushed over 227. First resistance you'll meet at 230 and then 235, and then from there he might have the chance to fly high. Nice, broke over 230 already. So quick. $235 next resistance. Doesn't look like it's going to be too hard to break, but we'll just watch and see if we can break through. Set an alert for Euro in case it dips. So on Euro, I don't think I'm going to play any breakouts for now. Mainly looking for dips. Oh, the gloves are quite choppy today. Big candles. Very big candles. But I think K-Power will be... See, let's see whether it can push to 235 and then only reject. That would be nicer if it can push to 235 and then reject here. About here. So that when it breaks out later, right? If it breaks out later in the morning, it's breaking its day high plus it's breaking its previous resistance at the same time. If it starts to reject around 233, right? Then if it breaks 233 later in the day, it still has to break 235, which is two different resistance points to break. So buying at 233 is slightly riskier. Not perfect. Pharma has no volume today. It moved yesterday. This is the world we live in, you know. The stocks move before the news comes out. And when the news comes out, people sell. So our stock market is so fucked. CMAO continuing its push. Very thin orders. Scary orders. All the gloves are slightly in the red. Very slightly in the red. Nothing significant yet. Kananga continuation. K-Power continuation. SCIB, PNE, PCB. Okay, 3 stocks to have a quick look. Yeah, Kananga just gapped up. No movement. Just gonna ignore it. SCIB. How's the daily? Not bad. Breaking all-time highs again. This we can watch for any sort of movement later. PNE still breaking down. Dog shit stock. Okay. So now I'm just gonna watch SCIB, K-Power. Let's see how it's been performing over the past few days. Still very bullish. Very clear uptrend. You can see it's been constantly going up. No reversal yet. SCIB with huge support. 164, 162, 160. Give it some time. Check how it performs. Need to give it some time. See whether it can hold this level. And in case it wants to push back up above 167, I got my alert set. Euro seems to be quite weak, quite light on volume. So K-Power struggling around 231. You can see there is more and more selling coming in. Not much on the buy side, not much to support this buying. So quite some heavy support forming on SCIB, but all stacked on 164. If we can build more buying at 163, there we go, 161, 163, then you have a much better chance of continuing its morning move. Now the volume is, how's the morning volume compared to usual days? Let's see. Not bad, not bad. Compared to other days, volume is pretty okay. See if it has any. Let's see if it has enough strength to break above 167. Then I will probably find an entry around 167 if I can see the volume come in. Big factor is to see volume come in. Oops. Because now it's still dancing around 164, 165 on quite low volume. Euro beginning to push up again. Fana is selling off. Very weird. Toyo Van. Been quiet for a while, Toyo Van. How's the gloves? Gloves selling off as well. Could I possibly find a dip buy around 6.8? Nope. If bounced so close to the support already, right? There won't be enough panic selling later on to cause another rebound, I think. Okay, CMAO is slowly clearing off 165. But the volume is just not present so far. The volume is just slowly going down. You can see this clear downtrend on the volume. So just gotta wait for this to clear, 166 to clear, and then 167 could be an entry or push up continuation of the morning move. It's gonna flick through all the other stocks. Euro gonna touch 5 ringgit soon. Quite insane. It's gone from 60 cents in November. It was 60 cents in November. And now all the way up to almost $5, 700%. Insanity. Insanity. Well, if a stock moves up non-stop, it's good for us because eventually they will dip like this. Sorry. They will dip like this and we'll catch all of the dips. This is what we want to see on Euro. It's hard to catch the moves because random bursts of volume can come in and then you'll miss most of it already. But for dips, it's easier to spot. But of course, it's harder to play as well. So Supermax rejecting its descending resistance right here. Very clear, very clear line where it tapped it 3 times already, and then over the past few days, it tapped it again. Okay, 165 is getting cleared already. You can see the orders on the bottom left. You can see 165 getting cleared. Let's see if this candle can bring higher volume, about 200,000 volume, then maybe you can try to find entry at 167. 165 seems to be having a little issue trying to clear this. Sell orders are coming in. Need to see more volume. In the next 30 seconds, I need to see this volume candle move up above 200,000. So 165, all the orders are starting to stack up again. Volume seems to be stopping already. Yeah. I need to see more volume. I need to see the volume break above 200,000 in a minute. So no plays so far. Let's check the screener if anything new has popped up. Pine Hill Pacific. Let's have a look at that. Nothing else really catching my eye. All the steel is giving a bit of burst again, but let's give this a look as well. Most of these are very very small stocks. So even though they have large percent gains, most of the time it will look very ugly like this. So this has some decent potential. To break above 57 cents. Pine PAC. The orders look quite nice. Enough liquidity for us. Enough liquidity to play if we want to try and catch a move above 57 cents. SCIB still floating around 165. Good volume coming in. Really nice to see the volume come in, but still rejecting 165. Right, every time it tries to clear it, you can see the orders just come back in. But that's fine. We just wait. We keep waiting. Good that the volume is coming in. I want to see more and more volume. Start to clear 165, 166. So nothing's moving. Nothing is moving now. Everything's quite light on volume. Most of the gloves, only Supermax, 3 million volume. Quite standard. But you can see that there's just no direction. It sold off a bit, but now it's just flatlining. Pine PAC cracking below. Check the orders. Cracking below 545 already. So not likely that it's going to come back up. So let's just focus our attention on SCIB. Looks like it's failing as well, breaking 130, 164. Sell orders stacked up on 166, 165 already. So I will not be surprised to see it start to dip down to like 160. So most of the potential plays have broken. SCIB did manage to hold this 164, did manage to push back above, but obviously if the volume can come in just to buy it back up, then there's still a chance for it to push above. Behind PAC doesn't look too good already, breaking down. And the other options still also don't look too good. K Power is probably the only one left that I can see to have any chance of giving us buying momentum. But this market feels like it's getting controlled by like the short sellers already. Nobody is buying. Only Euro, I guess. Euro is getting bought up like hell. But that's because the orders are so little. Like I could single-handedly push this above five ringgit if I wanted to. But there's no point if nobody else buys after 5 ringgit. I won't be able to make money anyways. So yet another very quiet day. Not seeing any kind of buying momentum. So maybe it's time to shift my bias to the short side. Try to get my short selling account up and running. And maybe we can do something different. Because it doesn't seem like there's any opportunities at all for doesn't look like there's any opportunities at all for the long side. Like there's just nothing happening. So just gotta have to sit back and watch. Sit back and watch. So I say this every day. It's part and parcel of the life of trading. It's not constantly pushing buttons and buying and selling. It's just waiting and waiting and waiting until one opportunity comes and then you take it. And that's where you make money. And I guess it's where most people fail as well. They just get so bored and then they just start taking random trades, you know. They just start shooting random shots and that's where they slowly bleed their account out. So SCIB looks like it's dead. Pine Pack looks like it's dead. K-Power has a little bit of potential. Break above 233, then he has to break above 235. So that's 2 resistance levels to crack through. Would have been a lot more ideal if it rejected around 235 so that it breaks day high and previous resistance at the same time around here. This was 3 days ago where it hit a high of 235 and then it pivoted back down. K-Power now pulling back up near the all-time high. But even if I want to buy a breakout right here, right, the risk reward will be not too ideal already. Because breaking above 233, there'll be people buying 233, there'll be people buying only after 235. So if people who are waiting for 235 do not see it break above 235, that's like half of the buying power just not entering the market already. And I wonder if K-Power can be shorted. If K-Power is part of the list of stocks that are allowed to be short sold, seems like not. So it's gonna touch 233. Now we have to decide if we want to try and play this. And if we decide we want to try, do we buy at 233 or do we buy at 235? So I might put in a partial position at 233 right now. Less than half of my usual size, and then maybe add in a little bit at 235. So taking a quick trade at 233, adding a bit at 235, and then probably taking profits quickly because our market condition is just not built. I mean, not suitable for breakouts right now. Most of the breakouts that I've played recently have just gone down the drain. And look at the level of resistance that is showing up around 235. No surprise because 235 is the all-time high. All-time high and the previous near resistance. So it's managing to break 234 pretty well. Let's see if we can break 235. There we go. Very nice. Let's see if I can get any orders in 235. I put in a small buy order on 235. Nice, nice. Getting some movement up. So I still have a small order at 235 right now. Now the next resistance will be 240. Next resistance 240. And after 240 is probably clear skies. Maybe upwards to 230, 243, 242. So I'm holding a very small position right now. Nothing significant. Managing to clear 238. Nope, 237 resistance again. And it broke down through 235. Looks like it's going to break down through 234. Maybe this is a chance for me to add to my position at 235. But since the resistance is so heavy, I'm not too confident in putting more onto this trade. I'm happy just holding a very small position for 233. My target right now, I want to see it break 240 at least 239. So if it breaks through 239 and struggles to break 240, I'll let go half my position at 239. Seems like a lot of resistance building right here, but at the same time, it's still holding 235 quite well. So that's a good sign. Holding the previous resistance turn a support. So if it can hold 235, I would I would expect the buying volume to come in and push it above 240 without too big of a problem. So even though it's still bouncing around 236, 237, 238, if we can maintain 235, then I will not be surprised to see the volume come in and buy and push through 237. So let's see if we can hold 235. Looks like selling is coming in. So not too good right now. Not too good. Breakouts on this stock in the recent few days have been quite strong. You can see a very strong momentum on the breakouts. Yesterday, I guess you could call this sort of a breakout, where it burst through the resistance late afternoon yesterday. So let's see if we can hold 235. No ads here. Usually I would buy in a lot bigger. And I know I mentioned I will add at 235 earlier, but because of how heavy the resistance is at 240, 239, you can see how many orders are stacked up around here. So I'm not too confident in putting in a larger position. And since breakouts have been quite rough these few days, it's been quite choppy these few days. So I'm buying into a smaller position just to mitigate my risk, because right now I think on the month I'm down about 18 or about 20,000. I think I'm down about 20,000 because every trade that I've taken is just a loss and a loss and a loss, loss after loss after loss. But at least I managed to catch 2 dip buys this month. If you're in the Discord, you can see it under trading log. That's where I log most of my trades right here. So most of them have been losses. I took 2 nice dip buys on the month, and that sort of saved me a bit, but I'm still down 20k. So since the breakouts are being a bit rough now, I'm gonna size down on my breakouts specifically until I start to see the strong momentum come back into the market. So right now, focus on the bottom left. Focus on the orders in the bottom left. I want to see 235 hold up. I want to see these orders hold up. I want to see the right side slowly get cleared. And if 235 starts to break down like that, it might be time to let go of my position, because the breakout looks quite rough right now. So since I bought into 233, it's still quite comfortable right here to give it some time to retrace and test the 233 level. Euro looks like it's gonna break 5 ringgit soon. Quite crazy. Now just patience, patience, patience. Need to see more buying volume come in. Something like this. I need to see this burst again. You can clearly see how the volume is trending upwards into the breakout earlier. Right, trending upwards into the breakout. And as long as there's no huge volume when it's selling off, right? As long as it's just light volume when it sells off, the next part we want to see more volume coming. Similar to the start, and a second continuation push through 240 up to 244, 45. So watching the bottom left right here, struggling around 235. Nobody is buying through this selling wall. But at least we have some sort of support. 230, 232. So not gonna let go of my position yet. Give it some time to work. And since we are still technically, okay, not anymore. I was gonna say we're technically still positive on the trade. Now we're at break even. But I mean, it's unrealized, so it doesn't matter. Until I sell my position, doesn't matter where we are at and on the trade. I'm still within my risk level, still within I mean, looking at the orders, still makes sense that it could pop back up above 237, 238. Just have to see if the buying volume comes back in. Let's take a peek at Euro. Very big resistance at 5. And as usual, very thin orders after that. So this has been the story for breakouts recently. It's just very, very hard to get anyone to continue buying. Buying sentiment is just so weak in the market now. And since we are trading on the long side, which means we're banking on stocks to go up. If stocks don't go up, we can't make money. It's as simple as that. When nobody's buying, when no stocks are going up, we don't make money. So this guy looks like a stock split, reverse split. Yep. Nothing special. Nothing big popping up yet. Seems like the volume is slowly creeping back in. Still quite light on the volume. Let's check out K power. Managing to hold now. I just need to see the volume come in. So the volume is very, very, very light right now. Pulling above 235. Volume slowly increasing. Very, very slightly. You can see how heavy the resistance is, man. So it's gonna take a lot of buying power to come in. And my confidence in this trade right now is quite low, not gonna lie. especially because I don't think there's any catalyst, any news, or any reason for people to buy K-Power. Oh, okay. So they issuance of free warrants. Okay. So it's pushing up now, 237. Nice volume coming in. Big one single candle. Now we need to see follow through, follow through. Next minute, I need to see even more volume come in. Break above 238, break above 240. So this will be the test. Can we break through 238, hit 239 in the next few minutes and have the volume pump up above 160k? So can we see the volume come in? There we go, 238, getting, nope, that was just a clear. There we go, touching 238. Need to see more volume, more volume. There we go, 238 cleared, big volume candle. Now, two more steps, 239, 240. And we can start to look for our first few profit takes already. First profit take, I'm gonna look for an exit around 240. If it has enough momentum to push through 241, 242, then I'll try to let go around 241. Wow, are we limiting up already? No. That's just a little glitch. You saw a little dash just now. There was a little glitch. So 239 is cleared. Very nice. This is the kind of momentum I want to see. 239. Let's clear 240. Let's try to get through 241. Let's try to get through 240. Just a bit more. We need a bit more volume to clear through 240. Stalling a little bit. Right. There we go. Slowly clearing through 240. More and more volume clearing through 240. Now we want to see 241 get cleared. Let's see 241 get cleared. Struggling 241. 241. Yeah, I sold a bit. I sold half at 241. Now the rest of it, I'm gonna hold for the next huge move. Planning to sell a bit more if it rejects 241. Got my order ready. Let's see if I can get a fill at 240. So very, very, very quick rejection. I didn't get to fill at 240. Oh, I got half a fill at 241. That's fine. Maybe gonna try and take a bit more profit at 2.39. Not too confident in a continuation on this. So more and more selling coming in. So I missed the 239 sell. That's fine. Gonna give it some time to pull back. So you can see 239, 240 now, not too heavy on the resistance. Any kind of buying pressure right here will clear through 230, 240, 239, 240 already. Gonna try to clear a little bit more at 239. Small sell at 239. Now I'm holding on to remaining 100 lots, about a third of my entry earlier. Slightly more. See if we can break through 240 again. Do we have enough juice? Do we have enough volume to push through 240? Looks like we're churning a little. Where did I buy? I bought in the green arrow on the chart, 233, right here. Small position. Rather small for what I usually play. I explained why I didn't want to buy fully just now. I think there were 2 or 3 reasons why I wasn't confident in buying my full size, especially for a breakout where the day high is very close to very near resistance. So 245, as I expected, very big selling pressure. Target to sell the remaining size is at 243. If it rejects 240, I'm just letting it go at 239 because the difference is just very small. 100 lots, the difference is like $200-300 only. 243 is my target to sell. Honestly, we'll be quite surprised if we manage to hit 243 because 245 has such a huge selling order right now that it's probably scaring away a lot of traders. So 500,000 orders at 245, managing to break 242. Are we going to break 242? Seems like a bit of challenge. See if I can get a small sell at 242. Got my order ready. You know what? I'm letting go a bit more at 241 because I can see it slowly churning here now. If I can get a feel, that is. Then we got rejection coming in. Let's see if I can get my final fill at 240. Nope, looks like it's rejecting, so I'm gonna cancel my last sell order and try to get rid of it before the selling pressure comes in. 239. 239. What is hitting my alerts? SCIB actually pushing up above. Let's have a look. There we go. SCIB pushing up through day high 167. Okay, I clear the rest at 239. I'll recap this K power trade in a short while. Let's look at SCIB. 167 got cleared already, but oh my, so much resistance upwards. 168, 169, 170. So I don't think I'm going to try and take this trade here, since it broke the breakout structure earlier already. Even though it might have the potential to go, I am not going to take the SCIB trade. Mainly because of the resistance right here. Too heavy, the resistance too heavy. Structure doesn't look that good. The morning move isn't even that strong. It moved up like 60 cents. That's it. It moved up six ticks, broke down, back to 160. Didn't hold VWAP up. Whoever bought around here, right? Whoever had bought around this zone, they are still most likely holding for this move right here. So once it taps 170, they'll probably sell. And for a breakout trader, if you're going to play the way I do, if I buy at 167, I want to see it break up to like 174, 175. And if people around here who bought here are going to sell around 170, it's not going to push above to our target. So K power looking like it's still maintaining 240. There's definitely potential for it to continue pushing up 245, 247, 249. But I'm just here to take the most predictable moves and managed to catch a good chunk of the move. So I saw at 241, saw at 239, this candle here, and I saw the rest about 241 and 239, so around here. So this is the trade that I took. If you want to know where the entry and exits are, green arrow buy, white arrow sell. Okay. SCIB. So recap the trade. I took a trade on the break of the day high 233. Didn't want to pull in too much because 3 days ago it hit 235 and it pivoted down. So this 235 zone would be the new resistance. Had a good move upwards. I was contemplating adding into 235 for the break of the recent resistance, which is all. Power has been on a super strong bull move recently. All-time high of 235. I mean, well, it's higher now. But first move went up to about 238. About 5 ticks above our entry. Retraced right here. We didn't sell because it was still well within our risk level, right? We could risk, because of our small size, we could risk about this much, or even this much if I wanted to. But held through this retracement. Was watching the order flow the whole time. If you want to rewatch the whole process of this entire trade, you can just replay the stream, right? So I stream so that you can learn, and you can, if you are willing to spend the time, you can just replay all of the streams and check out how I trade each of my trades. Held through the breakout, held through the retrace. Wasn't too afraid of it failing because, small size. If it fails, it fails, whatever. Volume came back in. Like we mentioned, wanted to see increasing volume. Very clear indication of increasing volume. Breaking through 238, which was the high of the day again. Breaking through 240, which was the huge resistance. And then I sold into the 240 region. So 241 and 239 was my exits. I think my average is about 2.403. So got about 7 cents on this move. On my smaller size, not significant. If I bought in full size, then obviously the win would have been much bigger. So I hit 243, which was our initial take profit, but I didn't want to hold through this chop. K-Power operators have been inside for months, not declining anytime soon. Yep, sure. You can see how strong K-Power has been over the past few months. Since the March dip, right? It's been moving upwards. But I'm not here. I usually don't want to hold through choppy price action, right? To me, I can't predict if it goes back down and continues up like that. But I can predict that it can move upwards like this in the short term. And so I just aim to catch the trade that I know. I'm not here to predict. I'm not here to be correct. I'm not here to catch the whole move, right? I'm not trying to say, look at me, I'm a genius. I bought at the bottom and saw at the top. No. My goal is to catch the most predictable move. I can say that every time, if I take this trade 100 times, I will win this 65 times. That is my main goal. So I don't care if I miss out a huge chunk. Let's say it continues up to all the way to 260. That is fine by me, right? On a hot market, I would still be holding my position. On a hot market, I will sell half here. I'll sell half here, hold for the retracement, and then sell the next half onto the move upwards. If you have been following my YouTube channel, most of my breakout trades in the past have been like this. I usually hold through half. I take half at my take profit, and then I hold the other half for the big move or sell into the rejection. But since this month, right, the buying momentum has been very weak. There hasn't been much buying in the market. So if I have a trade that has hit my take profit, right, you bet I'm going to take the whole position off. I want to capture as much as I can. And if I were to hold for a big move and then it starts to sell, right, I'll be quite tilted because I will be repeating to myself, saying something like, I know that the selling pressure, I know that the buying is very weak this month. Why am I still holding even though I've crossed my take profit? So this month I have to be more disciplined, less greedy, and take profit where the profit is. So for K Power, if we can retrace significantly and then do some sort of like slow grind back up into a new breakout, then that will be another trade. That will be another potential trade. But for now, finally a breakout win. I think this is like the first or second breakout win, and I took like 6 or 7 breakout trades this month. So finally we get a good breakout win. It's not even that great because it's very choppy, very, very choppy. But a win is still a win. And if over the next few days I see breakouts start to work more and more, then I'll size back up. So it looks like there are a few new players on the top percent gainers. But all extremely, extremely choppy. No solid volume and price action that I can see. Yeah, no, I can't play these kind of stocks that have like lines as candles instead of proper candles. So gloves selling off a little bit, rejecting off of the descending resistance. But as long as it makes a higher low, right? So I wouldn't call this a pivot yet. I wouldn't call this a new low yet. The previous low, I would say, is around about 6 ringgit. So as long as it can maintain above 6 ringgit, then I will still consider it bullish. So only time will tell. Looking at the glove stocks as a swing trading perspective, I don't plan to day trade this unless there's a gigantic dip like here, right? I don't plan to play any breakouts on these glove stocks because there's just too much short selling interest. All the big institutes, the moment short selling is allowed, they put probably their whole house on the line just to short like Top Glove and Supermax. So I'm not gonna go I'm not gonna go against institutions and never win. So K Power hit a high of 245. Light sell off. Didn't manage to clear this huge resistance. Don't think I'm gonna have any more trades on this today. Unless I can see a big dip. So looking at the 15-minute chart, it's not too overextended there. It's just coming off a fresh retracement, fresh sell-off. So let it run a few days. However, on Euro, I am watching this very closely for a dip buy. I think Euro has given me like 2 very nice dip buys. So one in early December, pretty good strong dip buy right here, off of overextension. So about 80% run, expected a dip buy, got a dip buy, very nice. And it just went quiet for a few weeks, I think. Very strong move towards the end of December, caught a breakout. And then last week, I think just last week, I managed to catch huge dip buy right here. 50-cent move on Euro. I think I caught about a 40-cent move on average after averaging all my buys and sells. So I'm watching for the same exact thing. Since Euro, it looks like it's still pumping up, right? If a stock goes up, that's good for us. Whenever stock goes up, we rejoice. If the stock goes up 2-3 days, even better. Looks like Toyo Van might have the same movement as Euro as well. I want to see it keep pushing up. Doesn't matter if we catch any of it. See, the move is so choppy anyway, so not planning to touch this at all. But the higher it goes, the harder it falls. The bigger the dip, the more we can make. So for the rest of the day, just gonna watch the gloves. Not gonna trade it, just gonna watch it just to see how it moves. For what reason? No idea, just gonna watch it. K-Power, I might watch it closely if it can retrace a bit more to about 235, maintain around 235, and then push back up above 245. Seems like it's gonna flatline around 240 for a while. Any breakout trades later in the day? Maybe. But not confident. Not too confident. Yeah, I can close SCIB. So if you have any questions, now is a great time to ask me anything in the chat. Any stocks you want me to look at, let me know in the chat if I missed out anything. Or if you don't understand anything that I said. If you are too shy to mention it in the chat, just feel free to join the free Discord, first link in the description. Then you can ask me there. Yeah, we have a small little cozy community of traders there. Well, some traders and some just interested in the free giveaways, but we accept everyone nonetheless. So I would assume most of you are already part of the Discord. For those who are just finding my channel in the replays or in the morning stream today, make sure you hit the like button. Helps me reach a larger audience, right? So we can build the community. Can I screen breakout stock in TradingView? Not that I know of so far. So you can add a high of the day right here. Let's see. Right here, if you can see this column right here, right, high of the day, I guess you could try and look for stocks that are approaching high of the day. For example, K-Power, right? If it's approaching day high, you can see the price, the last price is 243, high of the day is 245, and I guess you can sort of gauge it from there. But no, there are no ways to screen for stocks that look like this. There's no way to determine this pattern. There's no way to put this into any fields that you can calculate. Because to make this, to quantify this pattern is quite tough, right? You have to specify how many percent you want it to move up and how many percent you want it to move down, how long you want it to go sideways, and then when do you want it to alert you. So those are very, very hard to put into numbers, because in the end of the day, right, screeners are just running off of numbers. You tell them, oh, inform me if the stock is 2 to 3 cents above VWAP, then they'll tell you. But they won't be able to put this into a mathematical formula. So if you want a breakout screener, I usually mention potential breakouts in the Discord, right? So in Stock Talk, right, you can see that I usually drop any stocks that I see that I think have potential to break out. For example, yesterday I saw K-Power building this breakout pattern right here. I saw K-Power build this really nice setup for a breakout. It's really, really, really nice setup right here. So I notified it in the chat. So make sure you're part of the Discord, because I do notify them from time to time. Right, and obviously there's like random things as well. So see, it's always, most of the time, just about breakouts, calling a few breakouts, potential breakouts that could happen. MMSV broke out already. You get the idea, right? You get the idea. And if you want to get notifications for stocks, make sure you react. Go to the welcome page and react to the stock bot. Make sure you get the stock roll so that when I mention the stock roll, you get notified. Because I don't want to, I want to shift away from mentioning everyone. So if you pick up the stock roll when I want to mention things about stocks to the stock group, I will mention the stock roll and you will get notified. So 10 a.m. No potential trades that I can see so far. Just gonna watch K-Power, Euro, Supermax, and anything new that pops up here. I don't think there's anything else that I'm interested in. Steel is moving up a bit, but steel is usually quite shit lah. It's a whole industry move, so not very reliable. Okay, I think I'm gonna end the stream now because it's 10 a.m. working time. Thanks for tuning in to everyone who's watching right now. I stream every day 9 to 10 a.m. Make sure you hit the like button because it really does help recommend my channel to more people who are interested in stock trading. And think of the people who are trying to trade right now and are quite lost. Those people who haven't seen, they're trying to search for trading methods in Malaysia, but most of them are just really bad scams, or just like, oh, here are 10 stocks to 10 stocks to look at, and then those 10 stocks just never run at all for until like end of the year. So I want to help those people who are interested in trading. So the only way for me to get to them is by YouTube recommending me. So your likes really do help grow this channel and reach more people who are interested. And I hope to build a nice community of traders over the next year, over the next 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and maybe the next 20 years. So again, I appreciate that you are taking the time to wake up this early and watching this stream to learn. And appreciate that you hit the like button and you're joining me on this journey. So I'll see you again tomorrow morning as usual, 9 a.m. And have a good day. Take care and just relax. Ciao.